And on to the second big debate this evening. Another fact-check controversy has hit the Congress party. Viewers, the PIB has fact-checked Rahul Gandhi's tweet on railway privatization. Here's what happened. Yesterday, Rahul Gandhi tweeted a video of his Bharat Jodo Yatra in which he is seen interacting with the AGS of South Central Railway Employees Sangh. In the video, Rahul Gandhi asks Bharani Bhanu Prasad about parts of Indian railways which have been privatized. In response, Prasad tells him that everything from railway stations, railway workshops, railway medical hospitals and railway establishments, all of them are going to be privatized. He also claimed that contracts are being given to big companies mostly owned by Adanis and Ambanis. The railway union member further stated that 151 trains have already been privatized. So first up, let's listen into this conversation, then we get you the PIB fact check on it.
Which part of Indian railways are they privatizing?
Railway stations, sir.
Okay.
Railway workshop, railway medical hospitals, railway establishment going to be privatized.
When are they planning to do this? Are they already doing slowly?
Yes, sir. Slowly.
Who are they giving them to? Big companies or small companies?
No, big companies, sir. Ambani, Adani, and all their affiliated companies.
So Adani is getting railways also?
Yes, sir. His private trains already introduced in the Indian Railways.
Trains have been
Yes, sir.
Adani trains?
Yes, sir. Adani.
151 trains.
Total 151 trains have been privatized, sir.
PIB was quick to stamp Rahul Gandhi's tweet as fake. In a tweet, PIB stated that the claim of 151 trains and other railway assets having been privatized is completely fake and baseless. It categorically added that Railways is not privatizing any of its assets. While the Congress dismissed the fact check by claiming that PIB has now become MIB in the past few years, the BJP on the other hand said that Rahul Gandhi is a serial offender and that he is fed information from a select WhatsApp university. Here's the war of words.
क्या पीआईबी कभी सच बोली है पिछले 8 सालों में? पीआईबी एमआईबी हो गया है पिछले 8 सालों में.
Rahul Gandhi is a serial liar, and this is not the first time he has been caught with his lies. He had lied about Pradhan Mantri, saying that Chaukidar chor hai, and there was chori in Rafale, and the Supreme Court chastised him for that. He had to apologize in front of the Supreme Court. He also lied about other things on RSS and other facts, for which he has been taken to court, where he has had to submit various kinds of apologies for the lies he peddles. And the Congress party is a party of liars, and therefore they keep peddling these lies and they get called out for it. Parantu जनता समझ चुकी है कि these people only lie, they try to create a false image, a false propaganda, and these people don't even shy away to lie against constitutional authority.
Viewers, this is not the first time fact-check controversy has hit the Congress party. We take you back to 2015 when Rahul Gandhi had said people from the RSS killed Mahatma Gandhi. As a result, there was no apology though, but once again, questions were being asked on what basis has Rahul Gandhi made that huge statement. In 2019, Rahul Gandhi wrongly linked Rafale order to Chaukidar phrase. The Supreme Court, he said back then, that the Supreme Court has said that Chaukidar has done chori. He said that Supreme Court says Modi ji, who is the Chaukidar of the nation, is a chor. And as a result of this, he was forced to apologize. In 2020, Congress claimed the FDI from China drastically increased under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. PIB back then fact-checked the Congress party, said it decreased from $350 billion, $0.350 billion, I beg your pardon, in 2017 to $0.163 billion in 2019. So he was fact-checked back then also by the Congress party. So we open this up. Dr. Prajada Sarangi and Manasvi Thapar continue to stay on with us on this special edition of the Newshour. Manasvi Thapar, again, I want to begin by asking you this. You know, as a result of what PIB has stated, PIB says these are all baseless allegations leveled by Rahul Gandhi via that conversation that he's taken to Twitter now. I want to ask you, why is it that the first response to what PIB stated was in fact calling PIB MIB? Why resort to that kind of a narrative and question as to what is it that the PIB has fact-checked the Modi government on the last 8 years instead of actually putting out evidence to support what Rahul Gandhi stated?
I'll put that evidence out. That is not a very big deal to put an evidence out because everything is very open these days. So I am quoting something from Niti Aayog, and I can also quote here right now, 1,52,496 national monetization pipeline of railways has been estimated by Niti Aayog, and at page number 24 of the handbook, which is in Niti Aayog, which is an open document as of now, they have created a formula between financial year 2022 to 2025, how they are going to monetize by selling of assets of railways. And it is not just railways, it is roads, it is infrastructure, and it is lots of other things for monetization they are going to privatize. And it is in their own handbook. I am not quoting anyone else. It's on their own handbook, page number 24. They can check. And now the fact is on them. You have your handbook on page number 24. It's an entire scheme, potential asset base. First, 3.21 is the potential asset base which they are going to sell out. This is page number 3, which is clause 3.21. So these are ways and means, and a detailed one. Niti Aayog in a detailed document at page 24, which is a chapter on railway monetization, which speaks on how they are going to monetize from racetracks to stations to railway stadiums, everything, and land, railway land, they're going to monetize. And this is a scheme. And why denying it? On the contrary, if you're in your own handbook.
No, but hasn't been done yet.
You should.
What is the proof to the fact that it's already happened? And in how many railway stations with regards to how many trains? What is the factual evidence attached to this?
This is something which the ministry will say. This is something which Dr. Saab would say. This is not something which people or common citizens like us would know. They are the people who should tell in open. While they are printing it in a handbook, they have a scheme, they have a method to do that. Why don't they come out in open and say this is what we have privatized?
The fact remains, Manasvi Thapar, that may have been the eventual plan. That may have been the eventual plan, and questions can be asked on why is there a denial that this is exactly what the government is aiming to do. But why talk about it as a fact in 2022, wherein it's not even happened or a formal announcement has not come in? I want Ms. Sarangi to come in. Let me take that point to her. Ms. Sarangi, in 2015, what Manasvi is telling us, Vivek Oberoi-led Niti Aayog also recommended liberalization for Indian Railways as a viable option for encouraging growth, improving services. The committee said it preferred to use the word liberalization and not privatization or deregulation. But doesn't it all mean the entry of private players? So why the denial?
A very good evening. Now, let me define Rahul Gandhi as a copy and paste leader. What he does is he listens to people around him, and without application of his own mind, he issues immature and irresponsible statements. I wish he had gone deep into the matter. Now, I have the written reply of the railway minister, which he gave to the Rajya Sabha. I can read that out. But before I do that, I would definitely like to take you to 4th February 2020. You know, Rahul Gandhi has always been a habitual offender. I won't call it habitual liar, but habitual offender. 110 CRPC talks about habitual offenders. Now, what does he do? He lies unnecessarily without getting into facts. On 4th February 2020, Congress had lied about budget of 2020. And it had claimed that Modi government had reduced funds for Indian Railways. And you know, the fact remained that at that point of time, there was a 3.19% increase in the budget of railways compared to 2019-20. That's just one example I'm giving. And I will come to the written reply of the railway minister, which he gave to the Rajya Sabha.
Okay. So the list goes on. Ms. Sarangi, the list goes on. Manasvi Thapar, that's exactly what is giving the BJP today the ammunition to question the fact that Rahul Gandhi has a habit of making these unsubstantiated claims. Talk about the SPG director Vivek Srivastav episode. Talk about, you know, of course, the Rafale case, how he was forced to issue an apology because of the kind of remarks he made, citing the court. And then, as recent as August 2022, wherein he said ration card holders were being forced to buy national flags. That too was fact-checked by the PIB. So this is giving fodder and ammunition to the BJP time and again.
Now, while this controversy was raised, I was forced to read out the document. And it's an amazing document. When you look at privatization, it talks about hill railways, it talks about direct freight corridors being developed by private players, and it's a great document. And if it is implemented, it's going to
No, but
help so many
wouldn't you agree that there is a need for greater scrutiny before making these claims, Manasvi Thapar? It's a very simple question.
Please, let me make my point and then you'll interfere, because if I make my point, it would be a direct question to BJP, and it's good for democracy. If you will interfere in between, I'll not be able to question the government. So in their own plan, which says they are going to make 400 stations, which are going to be private stations, and in year 2022 they are going to make 40 stations. In financial year 2023, 120 stations. That's their own document, and this is a vision document. It is made by Niti Aayog. So something is missing between Niti Aayog and between the railway ministry, or are they not in sync? If Niti Aayog, which is under the Prime Minister, is been planned, they're planning something. 40 railway stations in the financial year 2022 are to be made. 120 in financial year 2023 are to be made. And if they are not made, it's a question on development. And if they are made, they should accept it. Yes, we have made it, and this is a great document. If that is implemented, why are you hand washing it? You should say that yes, we are privatizing
Why,
it for the
Manasvi, you
benefit
will
of the
not
country.
take direct questions on the previous instances where Rahul Gandhi's lies have fallen flat? I'm gonna take that across to Ms. Sarangi and let her respond. Ms. Sarangi, what would you say? Wasn't that the eventual plan in 2020? The railways had come out, the railway ministry had come out with this plan. It had spoken of how they're actually aiming to privatize certain railway trains, certain routes. So in that sense, is Rahul Gandhi completely 100% wrong? Is he entirely misplaced? Or can we give this to him?
Absolutely misplaced, 100% wrong. Without application of mind, he has issued statement. Now, I will read out an official statement of the Ministry of Railways. And I had also mentioned, I would reiterate that the Minister of Railways had given a written reply to the Rajya Sabha with a great sense of responsibility, saying that there is no proposal to privatize the operations of railways. Now, the official statement of the Ministry of Railways says, please give me 30 seconds to read out. The responsibility of train operations and safety certification rests with Indian Railways. Outsourcing of certain services like station cleaning, pay and use toilets, retiring rooms, parking and platform, maintenance, etc. is being done on need-based manner to improve cleanliness and other services. Now, there is the problem of understanding. See, there are certain services which are outsourced for better delivery of services, for quality delivery. Now, if this is taken to be privatization of railways, then I think God has to save Rahul Gandhi and his way of thinking. I think the entire nation knows.
So in
that
2020, Ms. Sarangi, though a plan was laid out, but with an aim to fulfill it by 2027. Perhaps Rahul Gandhi is jumping into the controversy too soon. Perhaps, he's not completely equipped with facts, because the entire statement that came in from the ministry was just with regards to including a few private trains. Now, how far the government plans to take is something still that we're not really clear about, and hence one must avoid jumping to conclusions. Well, if this is whataboutery, if the Congress perhaps needed to come out with certain evidence to back this, is something that is still being asked of the Congress party. So I'm going to have to leave it at that. Let's see how this plays out. Manasvi Thapar, Ms. Sarangi, thank you for joining us on the special edition tonight. Thank you.